Welcome back to the channel, Must Love Labs. My name is Alan. On this channel, we talk about tips and tools for how to raise, breed, and sell Labrador Retrievers as quality family pets. So if you're new here, you might consider subscribing. In today's video, we're going to do part 2 of our kennel tour, the puppy habitat. In part 1, we showed you where the big dogs live, and now we're going to go and take a look at our puppy habitat. Let's get into the content. Okay, so in Kennel Tour Part 1, we showed you the big dog setup, and we talked about that and the security system. And in this video, this is Kennel Tour Part 2, we're going to talk about where we keep the puppies once they're old enough to come out of the house. We keep them out in the house till they're 4.5 weeks old, sometimes closer to 5, just depends on the weather and when it works good for me and Ginger. But we bring them out here to a puppy habitat that we made inside the barn. This building came with a shop. That's it right there. It's an insulated shop. It's actually got the same material in the walls that you find in the walk-in cooler at a C-store. How cool is that? Now, I can't take credit for that. I didn't build it. I just bought it this way, but it's a concrete floor shop that sits inside my barn. How cool is that? And I still use the shop. But I'm also using it for my puppies. And we're going to go inside and take a look at what we did. All right, here's our puppy habitat. Now this is a 24 by 24 concrete floor shop. And I put some extra lighting in here because it was a little dim. I needed better lighting when I first got here. So I had a contractor come out, put in some big LEDs on either side of the room, and we painted the wall, and it looks a whole lot better. Much more to my liking. A good friend James gave us that as a welcome gift. Nice guy. And this is where we keep the puppies after they're 4.5 weeks old and they don't need to be in the house anymore. We bring them out here, and I'm working with Labrador, so we're going to have in the neighborhood of 8 puppies in a litter, and they're going to start getting big. They're up over 10 pounds at that point or close to it, and it's time to give them some more space. And you will notice that this is basically a larger version of what I do in the house. My whelping box on a budget setup. If you guys watch that video, I show you how to put down a piece of linoleum and then put up some quality pin to keep the dogs safe. And you can use that over and over. And you can actually sanitize linoleum. It's non-porous. It doesn't harbor anything, which is what I like about it. Concrete is semi-porous, and you have to treat it with chemicals every once in a while. So I prefer linoleum. It looks better, and you can sanitize it. And when they finally do wear it out, and they will, you just roll it up and get rid of it. And I believe this piece of linoleum, this is a 12 by 15. It cost me $160 at Menards or Lowe's, wherever I bought it. And that's not bad. You get a brand new floor when you do that, and you can start all over. So it worked out pretty good. And we bring the puppies here. Now, this gate's a little bit taller. The one in the house is 24 inches. These panels are a little bit bigger. This is the 40-inch tall pen. I'll put a link in the description, take you right to it on Amazon. You can check it out. The ones in the house are 24 inches tall. And we use the shorter ones in the house when we're dealing with the newborns and in the whelping pool, because you need to be able to reach over and work on them, you know, without having to go in the front door every time. Now out here, that's not the case. And this is what I actually did was I bought 2 of the pens. They've got 8 panel pens. And you can buy a 16 panel pen, which is what we have here. We got 16 panels. Now we crate train our puppies. This is how we get them used to going in crates for people. We put bedding down in there, just a blanket with the mother smell on it to get them started. And we also do the same thing in the house. Once they're about 3 weeks old, we put a small crate in there and let them start sleeping in that. And we bring a bigger crate out here and let all the puppies sleep in it. And if you watch my videos, you'll see them in there. And this is how we get them used to being in crates. So by the time they go to their forever homes, they're well adjusted to crate life. And it's a sanctuary. It's a safe place. They like to sleep in it. They're comfortable with it. And when it gets real cold outside, now this is an insulated shop and it never freezes in here, but I can still put a heated mat, a dog mat under that if I want to, just to give them some extra heat. So that's not a bad thing as well. And we litter pan train these dogs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with litter pan training. That starts in the house as well. We put a litter pan in there as soon as they come out of the whelping pool, and pine pellets is what we use. I don't know guys, if you guys have ever seen this. You get them at Tractor Supply, you get a big old bag, a big old 40-pound bag for $7. You can't beat that. And these are pine pellets. It's just pine that's been run through a pellet machine. And we pour them out in that litter pan. I got that at Tractor Supply. It's a medium-sized rabbit hutch litter pan is what that is. And the smaller one over here, that's the small one that we use in the house when we got puppies in the house. Now, I don't have puppies right now, so everything's out here, and which is good because now it gives us a chance to look at it all and talk about it. But you litter pan train these dogs. It's pretty simple. I might do a video about it. We're doing the kennel tour today, so I won't linger on that. But that's litter pan training. And this is all disassemblable. Okay, none of this is permanent install, and I love that because if I need my shop for a bigger project, like when I'm in between puppies and there's something else that I want to do, I can fold all this up, take the panels outside and pressure wash them. And then put it all back up when I'm ready to have puppies out here again. This all folds up and stacks up and rolls away, if you will, and I can do something completely different in here if I want to. So I haven't completely given up my shop to puppies, although it obviously works great for them. And as I mentioned before, this is a 24 by 24 shop. It's got a 12-foot ceiling. And I had an HVAC guy come out and talk to me about different heating and cooling options for this room. And the budget-friendly option that I settled on was this window unit heat pump. It's heating and air conditioning. It does both. It runs off 220. 220. And so I had to have that wired in as well. But it's way cheaper than the 110 that you get with like space heaters and whatnot. And this window unit heat pump gives me adequate heating and air conditioning. They told me that for a 24 by 24 shop, I needed to have a minimum of a 15,000 BTU unit, and I went with a 17,000 BTU unit. And it's a great unit. I love it. That's in Amana, and it's a window unit air conditioner. Heat pump. It's not just an air conditioner. It does heat and air. It's even got the heating coils in it so that when it gets super cold and heat pumps lose their efficiency, the coils take over and it generates heat that way. And again, it's more efficient than the space heater because it does it on 220. I'll put a link in the description to this unit on Amazon, or one real close to it. I don't know if I can find the exact same one, but maybe, we'll see. But I'll put a link in the description to it, and you guys can check one out for yourself. Window unit heat pump. It's got heating and air. And I got a stereo for the puppies. So we can sit out here and play music. And I put music on for them. We go back and forth between country, western, and classical, I think. Maybe a little bit of rock and roll here and there. We're pretty diverse when it comes to music. This workbench, you might have seen it when we were doing our weigh-in videos, when I do my puppy update videos. This is where we're over here with the scale set up and weighing them in. I think I've still got the chart set up from the last litter. Yep. There's Rainy and Stormy and Flash and all their weights when they were 1, 2, 3 weeks old and so forth. We keep track of their weights. So there's a little bit of a workstation there. I keep the air moving around with a pretty inexpensive fan. You've probably seen these at Walmart or whatever. They move the air around in the room just fine. Somebody else gave me a nice Labrador clock. Yeah, I love it. Anyways, this is the puppy habitat, folks. And yeah, there's a security camera up there too. That's part of the Blink home security program that I mentioned in the first video. And I'll mention it again, folks. I love it, by the way. Yep, that's a good system. Okay, so I wanted to take just a minute and talk to you about the security camera system that I'm using. It's the Blink system, the 5-camera system. I'll put a link to it in the description. It'll take you right to it on Amazon. This thing is great, and it works off a phone app. You put it right on your smartphone, and you can put cameras out here in your kennel or around your house and look in on your animals whenever you want. I can be 5 states away. Even tells you when the batteries are low. Now this is a wireless system, folks. Super easy to install, and you put the cameras wherever you want, and you have to have Wi-Fi. That's the thing. It's got to have a Wi-Fi signal. That's what it runs on, and it allows me to check in on my dogs anytime I want. And there's motion sensors, so if you turn them on, anything moves. This system will give you an immediate alert that there was motion, and it'll take a video clip. I'll see if I can pull one up here in just a second. And you can save these video clips. You can forward them in a text message to a neighbor or a police officer, whatever you got to do. I love this system. It's very affordable. Been using it for over a year now, and I approve of it, so I'm going to go ahead and mention it. Some people were asking, hey Al, what are you doing for security? And I mentioned it in my video, so here it is. Here's one of the live feeds. I'll bring it up for you. It's the middle of the night, but I decided to check on one of my kennels, and that's a live stream. And you can see how that goes. It's a cool system. I recommend you check it out and maybe get one for yourself. I certainly like it. Like I said, it even shows you when the batteries are low. Here's a daytime clip off of one of the cameras as well. I just forgot to turn it off, and it recorded me going over, letting my dogs out. That's how it works. Makes a little 20-second video or whatever you set it to do. I really like this system. There's a link in the description of this video to it on Amazon. I'll turn this one here in the puppy pen on just to give you an idea what it does when the motion sensor picks something up. Yep, there we are. That's how it works. Okay, so we've seen the inside of the puppy habitat here. These are all the tools that I use to take care of everything. Got a backup generator in case I need it. Lawn mowers and shop vacs. A place to sit down. Little puppy pool, some lighting for when we're outside at night. Workstation. These are heated buckets, by the way. These go out in the kennels. I'll do another video about winterizing, doing some colder weather improvements to the kennels outside. Got one of my O-Cedar spin mops in here that I use for cleaning out the kennel, sanitizing 3 times a day. It works in conjunction with feeding. You can't clean that kennel with a bunch of puppies in it. You got to let them go outside, let mama dog do some parenting and whatnot. And we do that right out here. All right, this is the puppy outside habitat. Got a nice big puppy yard for him to play in. And if you look at my puppy update videos, especially week 8 and week 9 on Rosie's last litter, the spring litter, you'll see plenty of footage of my puppies out here playing with the big dogs. We let Rosie come out here and do parenting. Sam gets access to them. All the dogs do. Here they come. They heard me out here. That's right, we're in the puppy habitat. And as you can see, this is a controlled situation. The big dogs, and nothing else for that matter, can get in here. I've got a pickup gate that I put in back here, but I keep it closed. I built that in so that if I do need to get in here with a pickup, I can. Got to come in with some materials or whatnot. It's part of keeping my shop functional. Now we ran 5-foot high material here. We got this at Tractor Supply. You get a 100-foot spool of that for around $100 and just buy as much as you need. And then we ran pavers, sandstone colored pavers around the base so that nobody could dig out. And that's what keeps it dig proof. That's treated lumber and the posts are set in concrete. That gate just lifts away, but I zip tie it down so that it doesn't move. And this is where the puppies come and play. It's my puppy habitat. You'll see it in plenty of my puppy videos once they're out of the house. They come out here and run around. There's Rosie. Hi, Rosie. There's Sam. There's Livy out there. There's Jazz. Jazz is our newest arrival. Jazz is 6 months old now. My puppies can come out here and romp around. And this carport that was on here actually worked out pretty good. We left it right where it is. It gives us a covered space for when the weather's not so nice. We can still come outside and just be outside in a covered environment. And I stacked some extra wood out here too. This has been great for playing with puppies. Ginger found that. I think she found it on Craigslist. Went and bought it for like 30 or 35 bucks. And that's just a great puppy play tool. It really is. We've got videos of our dogs that left here and they're out there going down neighborhood slides because they learned to like a slide here. How cool is that? So this is the outdoor covered part of the puppy habitat. And you kind of get a feel for what we've got going on. This is how we're doing it. I treat this for insects when I don't have puppies. I come out here and use a granular in conjunction with water and it kills bugs. So I do treat this and we throw out some grass seed and whatnot and keep it mowed. My main thing is just keeping bugs out of here, ticks, whatnot. We haven't seen any fleas and that's a good thing. I treat for them, but we never see them. Maybe that's why we never see them. I don't know. My heat pump turned on. So there's the puppy habitat, guys. This is what's going on. We start out in the house, and then we come out here. Some of you have been asking to see it, so I figured I'd show it to you. Some people think this is overkill, not me. I've had people ask me more than once why I spoil my dogs, and the answer is simple, because I can. Why not? It doesn't cost that much. It's really all about time and effort. And there's the Must Love Labs puppy habitat. It's a 24 by 24 shop, and we still use it that way, no doubt about it. Just like the barn, it's also a puppy place. My barn is a barn and it's also a spot for big dogs. And my shop is still a shop, but it's also a place for us to put puppies. And this works out really well for us. I got blessed. I've got a room that I can temperature control 24/7 out here and just give my puppy operation its own space, indoor and out. How cool is that? That's my puppy habitat. And it's my hope that you guys can gain insight from seeing this to create your own. It doesn't have to be this big, or it can be twice as big as this, whatever you want to do. But this works out good for me, raising Labradors in Southwest Missouri. We've been having a real good time with it. There it is. My puppy habitat. Well, that wraps up part 2 of our kennel tour, the puppy habitat. I sure hope that you got value from this content. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I suggest you do so. We will be discussing this topic and others in future videos. And thanks as always for stopping in to Must Love Labs. We'll see you in the next video.